Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. Now today I'm going to be now talking about the Seoul Dynasty, the team which I first saw was actually going to compete against the Shanghai Dragons along with the Chengdu Hunters, but I feel like both of them are probably going to fail. Oh, are probably going to fall, especially the Chengdu Hunters, but the Seoul Dynasty I think still probably has a chance. And I'll get to why that's the case very soon. But first, let's have a look at the players who they kept from last year. So they've kept Fitz, Profit, and Creative. That is the only three players who they kept from last year. For the former players, there's a lot of them, obviously. So, got Sabiobi, who retired. Marvel has joined the Boston Uprising. To we don't know where he's going to go. Namo, he has joined the Florida Mayhem, and Gesture retired. Well, actually, most recently, other than Provide, Jarnac actually retired before the season. I think he's currently inactive. He's just going to be taking a break, I think. Um, so it sucks that he can't play because I was actually like as soon as they signed Jarnac, I was really excited and I really thought Seoul Dynasty was actually going to dethrone Shanghai Dragons of being the best APAC team. That's probably not going to happen anymore because I mean, Dynasty's roster is still really good, but they don't have the firepower like they used to have with Jonak. But let's have a look at their squad. If I can do this, there we go. Nope, there we go. There we go. We got that at the very end. Um, so we got Fitz, Profit, which they obviously kept. Obviously, the Profit Fitz um, duo is back, and then they've had a Stalker. So Stalker is formerly from the Academy team of Seoul Dynasty, Genji Esports. Um, I think, as I've been told, he's an absolute crazy hit scan player. I think he's a hit scan, right? Hit scan player. Ah, so he's a flex player. Okay. Well, flex player I actually meant, not a hit scan. My bad. But he's a crazy. Either way, he's a crazy flex player as I've been seeing on social media. So I'm pretty excited about that. But it'll be difficult to replace to replace Profit or Fitz in a signed roster. But I guess he's just gonna be there for a backup, or maybe he's gonna or maybe he's gonna get some play time on some maps. The support, so they kept creative, which I've mentioned, and they got Vindime. Now I've never heard of Vindime before. As soon as he got announced, but he's most recently play. So he was part of Gen B, then he was with Tiger Nation, and then he went to O2 Blasters alone, and now he's with the Seoul Dynasty. So he's been always under the Seoul Dynasty Gen G umbrella of talent. So he's been always under there. So I guess that's just probably the reason why they picked him up now because I mean he's also now age. He's now 18, which is the minimal age where you could be in the league. Um, so that's probably maybe the reason why as well. And he's obviously a young prospect, so I think the Seoul Dynasty really wants him to be in this team, just like how they really want Stalker in this team, and so they can just make them develop, make them grow into a better player for the future. For their tank, and yes, I use tank in non-plural terms because they only have Smurf, formerly from the San Francisco Shock. This is a great pickup for me. Just like I said, just like I said, so for the Houston Outlaws, get another freaking tank. I swear to God, because you can't just always. I mean, especially for a main tank. He's a main tank player. Um, I feel like it's better for something, like, I mean, look, if they kept Tuyu, I would have been completely fine. Even though Tuyu did decent, I mean, last year, well, not the best, but decent. I would not be complaining because at least, like, they would have two tanks. One of them's the flex, one of them is a main tank, just in case if they need to swap around or something. I don't know, like, I think Surf might be really flexible, but I just don't know I mean, because tank is obviously a big unknown. Like maybe main tank is the best option, maybe off tank is the best option. Maybe having two tanks is better, or maybe having one tank, or freaking three tanks if you're the Boston Uprising for some reason. But so either way, I think just to be safe, you need two tanks, which they don't have. They only have one tank. So I'm not really a big fan of that. But Smurf, either way, he's a fantastic player. Really excited to see him now in a full Korean roster and not just like in like a multi I guess like in a full mainly Western roster, I guess you can say. So it's good to now see him in a full Korean roster. Hopefully that will probably help him. For the coaches, they have revamped the whole coaching lineup. Other than MMA, who has been with the team since 2019, which I did not see, they have now Toby as their head coach, and they have Wizard Hyung. So I think Wizard Hyung, I think, had a break or something. Well, yeah, a bit of a break. Um, last year or like a couple of years. I think was he with the Spark or I can't remember where he was originally. Sorry, okay. So he has been in the Seoul Dynasty before. Okay, now I remember. So he was with the Seoul Dynasty. So he was the NYXL, then the Washington Justice, and he went to Seoul Dynasty. He went to some other place, and then now he's back in the Seoul Dynasty as head of strategy and data coach. Obviously, the wizard himself. Um, he's obviously incredibly smart if you don't know by now, but he's basically a big brain coach, man. Let's just say that. And they also have MMA as their assistant coach. I mean, as soon as Toby said that he was announcing retirement, I was praying that Seoul Dynasty actually got Toby as a coach, and looks like they have, which is really really good. So I think that's a big win for them. So I'm really really excited to see him now as a coach, especially alongside Wizzy Young. So I think this coaching lineup is really, really, really good. Maybe on par of the Shanghai Dragons coaches, but that's just in my opinion. But I'm really excited to see how Toby and Wizzy Young and also MMA goes as the coaches for this team. Let's now move on to now the roles rated out of 10. Get my pen out. There we go. So let's start with DPS, and I do think DPS is the strongest one, and that's why I'm gonna give them a 9.5 out of 10. That is the wrong thickness once again. Oh my god, I hate this. 9.5 out of 10. It seems a bit weird. I mean, that's just. I'm trying to think of my reasoning because I'm set determined to 9.5, and obviously you need like a reasoning for it. I don't think that's close to a 10. I think if you maybe add like if they got like Glissa for example, I think that would have definitely helped them. Maybe put them up to a 10 maybe. But I think full DPS is a bit much, so I'm not really surprised that they kept with it with the 3 DPS. But I think 9.5 is still really, really good. It's on par, almost a 10. So I think still either way, a really, really good DPS lineup, possibly maybe on par with the Shanghai Dragons, but we just have to wait and see. For the support was definitely the biggest unknown for me. I feel like Creative did mediocre last year, and Vindime, I don't know how the hell he's gonna go. He's a very, very young player. He's an up and comer, so I don't really know how he's gonna go. I feel like the supports may struggle, which is why I'm gonna give them an 8. I think 8 might be actually a bit too generous. I think maybe a 7.5 might be pretty good, but I'm just gonna give them an 8. Because look, if they maybe peak out, I think if they, I think yeah, if they peak out, I think they will definitely be 8 out of 10 or even a 9 out of 10 support. But as of right now, as I'm looking to this roster on paper, definitely an 8 out of 10. The Smurf, the Smurf tank, which is only Smurf, I'll probably give him a 8.5. Actually, you know what? I'll give him a 10. You know what? Let's get a 10. Let's give him a 9. Let's give him a 9 out of 10. There we go. That's a weird looking K. Um, just like I keep saying, add another tank, please. If they like, I mean, if they definitely have a lot of trust on Smurf, then that's fine. But I still think that I still think the team should just get another tank just in case if he flops, or just for a backup just in case as well, because you always need backups. You always need backups. That's just in my opinion. You always need subs, unless if it's like a like an actual FPS game like Valorant or CS:GO or some other or like even like League of Legends or something, then you probably don't need subs. But I feel like Overwatch, because of like the amount of maps, the amount of character heroes that you play, I think you probably, and also like how long the freaking season goes for, I think you definitely need some subs. But either way, this is a really, really, really good Seoul Dynasty lineup. Maybe on par with Shanghai Dragons. Let me know down in the comments below. Let's now move on to the coaches, and I feel like the coaches might be a bit of a surprise for you. I'm really high on the coaches, if you couldn't tell, which is why I'm giving them a 10. 10 out of 10 for the coaches. There's something about having Toby and Wizard Hyung on the same coaching lineup. It's just, it's almost like a dream come true for like Seoul Dynasty fans. That's just in my opinion, though. I might be completely wrong. I'm probably like, giving Seoul like a lot of, a lot of gentles, like a lot of like teacher's pet vibes. No, I just really love this coaching staff. I think having Toby, just having Toby was Toby as a head coach as well because of his big freaking brain can like work everything as well. Even though this will be his first team that he's gonna be coaching, but he has an experience of coaching young players. I'm guessing. I don't actually know, but I'm gonna guess like maybe like in his whole time when he was in the Overwatch League with the Seoul Dynasty. I really do think he has obviously helped probably everyone in just like how just helping them in general in the game. So I'm really excited about this and having Wesley Hyung back. Even though it wasn't really that successful last time when he was here, I think he's going to be really successful now. So that is about it for the Seoul Dynasty. The next one is the Hangzhou Spark, and I feel like the Hangzhou Spark is just like the Boston Uprising. It is incredibly confusing to break it down. But either way, that's really it for me. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Catch you guys on next time in the next one. Goodbye.